I'm standing in front of a beautiful quilt made with some of the important facets of the city of Detroit. Patients, visitors, and medical staff can stand back and gain a sense of our city's history right here in the hospital. Our next segment takes us down Highway 94 to the University of Michigan Health System. There, Elaine Sims is a director of the Gifts of Art program, in which art galleries, concerts, and bedside musicians are just a taste of the entertainment the program offers its patients at U of M.
So you enter the hospital as a patient, you've got a life and death experience. You're all alone. I mean, you may have your loved ones, but you lose your identity. You're in a hospital gown. So when someone comes with music, someone comes with art, there's that magical component. We hear patients say over and over, "My healing began the day you came to my room." The Gifts of Art program was actually planned as this hospital that we're sitting in was being planned and designed in the early 1980s. So it actually opened with the hospital in 1986 and has been here ever since. Today, I would say that Gifts of Art is one of the most comprehensive programs in the country, if not the world.
We have 9 galleries throughout the health system that we change every 2 months. So we have about 50 shows a year that we put on.
If you want to get out of your room and take a walk, or as you're going for tests, you can see the artwork, you can see pieces of art, you can see pottery, you can see all kinds of things, which it does help with the healing because it gives you a distraction from what your own problems are.
We have had people, especially in this space here, when they come out of the clinic and they'll say, you know, I came out and the first thing I saw was this beautiful art on the wall, and how that really, you know, helped me get through, you know, that moment in my life. So a lot of our artists look at it as, you know, giving back to community.
We have weekly concerts every Thursday. They're inside during the year, and in the summer, when there isn't rain, we let loose a little bit outside. And this is a Cajun group. We do invite every patient the evening before and the morning. They get an invitation on their meal tray so they know it's happening. Over the years, we started moving things closer and closer to where it really has an impact, and that's at the bedside of patients.
I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Patients come up with tears in their eyes, and you know, an artist reads the audience members, and for them it is such an authentic moment. It's such a personal connection. It takes them to, you know, the essence of why they make music.
The hospital has a good thing going on here. When you're in a gloomy spot where you look out the window and it's so sunny, but you can't be out there. So by being in here and them having these small gifts of art, you know, it helps get me through this time period. Each time it was like perfect timing when a musician came in and they lifted and encouraged me, whatever I was going through that day. And the variety music, oh my goodness, just wonderful, wonderful. Everything else in my mind disappears. At the moment they start playing, I'm able to go into another world, and I just relax. My tension goes down in my shoulders, and then I just have more hope for the future and what's ahead.
Yeah, well, here come my doctor with some good news, I hope. Get me out of this place. I am tired of all this dope. Yeah.
Being able to laugh, it was therapy to my spirit and to my body to be able to laugh. They tell you, you know, to be stress-free, and For me, I was always stressed, but I made myself stressed a lot of times worrying about things. So then the gift of art would come in and kind of de-stress me.
I love being here. I love wandering around the hospital and seeing the impact on people. We're pretty well known through the hospital, those of us who put the art out there, which is wonderful.
The first visual art that I notice when I'm brought to a room is the artwork that is hanging in the room, and that can be changed.
I have about 30 plus volunteers that go daily to the patient floors, and they take a cart full of artwork, and the patients get to choose the artwork for their rooms during their stay.
Usually once a week, a cart comes by, somebody will come in your room and ask if you like the art that you have, or they'll say, would you like to see what else we have to offer? And each and every time, since I'm in here numerous times, the book is different. So it's kind of nice to be able to say, oh, I'd like to change that. It's like changing the wallpaper in your house. It's a nice, refreshing thing to look at.
Georgianne, here I've got an art project that we can do for later. It has handmade papers, ribbons. It's a greeting card.
You're not going to come to the hospital with a bag full of crafts. So for them to be able to bring it to you is very important, very helpful. They have an art cart that comes with projects. They have all the things you need to make, whether it's a card. I've made bracelets. They have coloring books for adults. So it's very nice to have that. And once again, if the person that is bringing that to you sees that you're like a sponge to the arts, they offer other things that maybe they don't have on their cart, but they can bring to you. I'm just really glad that this program is here.
It really is a partnership between the arts world and the healthcare world. And both sides come to it with expertise, but with goals, with a vision. I still have things I haven't done that I want to do. We're starting a Dance for Parkinson's group with our Parkinson's outpatients, and I'd love to have dance and movement at the bedside. Studies show that just watching movement and dance has the same impact on the brain as doing the movement itself. So there's lots more I still want to do, and I'm hoping that I can see some more of these and then pass it on to someone, because there's always going to be more.
My sweet amazing
Now that right there is why we say hail to the victors. To find out more about the Gifts of Art program at the University of Michigan, as well as all the other Detroit Perform artists, art events, and art programs, head to DetroitPerforms.org. I'm standing here with Ruth Kramer, the Detroit Receiving Hospital's Corporate Director of Integrated Marketing and Communications. That's
Hi.
a big title there, Ruth.
It is.
Who came up with the idea to put artwork in the hospital and why?
Oh, she was a brilliant lady.
Okay.
Actually, it was Alexander Walt, the chief of surgery at the time, that Detroit Receiving was being built. They were at Detroit General. And this hospital was being built to be a dedicated emergency services hospital. And Dr. Walt asked his wife, Irene, to do something about the walls. It looked too institutional. He said, get some art here. And she did a phenomenal job. And as she became better known for what she was doing here at Detroit, people were attracted to her and people came to her. And this collection today is just unstoppable. I think when patients, visitors, guests come here, they have a better sense of calm and serenity, because art is what you bring into it, it's what you get out of it. And to have these kinds of peaceful pieces in the works for people to absorb and deal with while they're going through something else. It's an important consideration.
Absolutely.
And it was absolutely what Dr. Walt had in mind when he asked his wife to do something.
Well, this has been an amazing experience. I must thank you so much for sharing all
thank
that
you.
insight with us
Thank
here at
you.
Detroit Performs.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruth. We appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Now let's take a look at some upcoming events happening in and around our city. To discover more events in Greater Detroit, visit ixity.com.